I ended up doing my graduate program at Eastern Michigan University, focusing a lot on international theater. I traveled to the Imagine Children's Theater Festival and got to see a lot of work at the IPE festivals here in the United States. And so when I got over there and I saw the work that was being done, I got really excited about it. But I'm not a playwright. So how do I bring back this exciting work here to the United States? So I had this crazy idea to start a theater company. And I wrote to a mentor of mine and I said, is this crazy? Is this crazy to try to start an international theater company? A theater company that focuses only on international work. I don't even think that exists like anywhere. Like, what do I do? This is my idea. And he was like, it's crazy, but it's a good crazy.
Jenny got, when she was doing her master's in fine arts program, she went to a bunch of different conferences for children's theater. And at those conferences, she met a lot of people from different countries who were doing interesting things. She recognized that there was not this work being really done in this country. And she saw a gap there. And she developed the theater company to be able to fill that gap, to do some of those cool works and showcase them in this country.
Everyone tossed around so many names. And as soon as Jenny said, I've picked a name and it's Spinning Dot Theater, we all had this kind of beautiful sigh of relief because it fit so well. Spinning Dot Theater comes from this idea that the world, by doing international theater, we make it bigger and smaller at the same time, and that we're all on the same spinning dot.
Here you are not forgotten, and here everything about you counts. And I don't know if that has to do with how small the production is or the company, but you feel acknowledged, and because of that, you come in and you come out of Spinning Dot feeling empowered.
Without groups like this, I would have never seen theater from other countries, and I'm sure lots of other people would never as well.
I'm part of the apprenticeship program. Everyone in the apprenticeship program chooses something to apprentice in, so I'm apprenticing in directing.
I'm going to get to explore playwriting, which I'm really, really excited about.
What we do with the Teen Apprentices is we allow them to choose whatever area of interest related to theater. So whether it's choreography or lighting or set design or costumes or directing, we let them choose their area of interest. And then we meet regularly to help them work on a project. And then we're also putting on a show.
Apprentices, new piloted program. Take it. Give us the Underground Library.
It's pretty youth-led. So Jenny and I, in terms of the show that we've chosen, it's the Underground Library from South Africa, and the teens have some say in what parts they'll get, but it's also, the show is like multicast, so each youth plays different parts throughout the show. It's kind of like a team approach, I guess. That's really the best way to say it. So we're taking input from one another, and we're blocking scenes and taking input from the youth, and then taking input from other company members, and playing to people's strengths. So like if somebody's really good with movement and something's calling for some movement, we'll ask for them to help out with that part.
The apprentice idea, how they all pick something to focus on and develop more, that's something I haven't seen before, and that's pretty cool.
With the youth company, there's the cool banter back and forth of like absorbing young people's ideas about like what they think is important and how they want to build the show, which I think is a really different, it's a different way, at least right here in our home, than most youth theater gets to work. I feel like there's a lot more of the artistic process of building theater as a craft. They get to work on the costumes and the props and the development of the plays in a really different way.
I'm going to borrow from something that Jenny had said on why she selects plays. She likes to select plays that where there's a challenge or an obstacle, but the youth are the ones who are making the change and making the difference. And I love seeing that, whether it's our youth company that's performing it, or it's our adult repertory theater that's doing these performances for kids, where they also get to show that, kids can do things. They have ideas, they can do things, they can make a difference, and their perspective on the world is importantly different from an adult's perspective of the world.
I'm an educator, and I really love the way it's so much more about process than product, and it involves the kids in a really rich learning experience.
There was a Polish company, theater company, that came to visit and work with the actors, and we did a Polish dance, and we were able to play some games with those actors, and the kids in Spinning Dot got to teach the Polish actors some of the games that they did, and I thought that was pretty special.
In the Repertory Company, it's the really long form of creation, so there's a lot of improvisation and exploration for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months. And we only rehearse once a week, which is really different, until we get towards previews and performing in the summer. And tied within that is a lot of, there's not really, I'm the director of those plays, sometimes with an assistant director, but everybody brings in this sort of creative flow of ideas, and I feel like I'm a little bit more like someone who just gets to pick out the cool ideas that all work together in like one world. So it's less of being a director and saying you're going to stand here and you're going to do this. It's really more of sort of cultivating a whole level of creativity and then figuring out what's going to work.
Last week was very fun. We did sensory theater. So our homework was to bring anything that would stimulate the senses. And I brought a black light. And it was, you know, when it was finally my turn to show it off, I turned off the lights, plug in the black light, and it's like seeing things from a whole new perspective. It was stimulating. And after that, applying it to the script itself, the play, it gave birth to so many ideas.
I've been acting since I was 13, and I'm 26 now. And you know, I've been fortunate to work on a lot of different shows, but there's something really interesting about working on global works or shows from other countries. They're written differently than what we're used to here. The themes are a little bit different, so that's a nice challenge as an actor to try to work on and do.
What's the feeling you've been left with after a Spinning Dot show you've seen or otherwise been part of?
It's special, but I can't really explain it.
Really amazed that I've just seen something transformative or magical.
I was really impressed.
I was kind of proud that we finished it, and I hope that everybody liked it, and I'm excited to see what we're going to do next. Usually I feel after a show that I performed in a mixture of pride and sadness that I have to leave this project that I put so much work into.
I leave with this great sense of wonder, and I think that comes from, you know, just how much imagination and how much passion and love the artists here have for their work.
I mean, you leave and you cry, you know, as an actor, and I think sometimes as an audience member.
It was really fun, the whole experience.
The word that probably explains the feeling that most people walk away with is a sense of profoundness, that whatever they're feeling, whether it's a good feeling or a bad feeling, is going to be deep.
Well, I've never been a part of something that's as collaborative as putting on like a show with Spinning Dot.
I literally love Spinning Dot, like with my whole soul. Like when I think about other theater, my soul is like a blue, but when I think about Spinning Dot, my heart is like yellow, like bright sunshine.
Everything I've seen, I've enjoyed, so keep up the good work, Spinning Dot.
Look, it's hatching.